Alright, so good morning. The other day it was so crazy because I asked for prayer and one of my friends was like, well, I hope God gives you the desires of your heart. And back in the day, I used to make videos saying that I want things that money can't buy, you know. But at this point, which this morning was kind of crazy because I watched a video that I did was talking about, oh, I want things, you know, like some things that I want in life are just impossible, you know. Well, at this point, you know, I'm at a point where I'm just like, look, like, at the end of the day, I want things that money can buy because at the end of the day, things that money can't buy seem impossible. So, of course, I'm going to get the desires of my heart because my desires of my heart are all things that money can buy. Like, one, well, besides losing weight in the gym, that's a desire of my heart. Two, getting weight loss surgery, which I need to save up about $7,000 to be able to get my body done. And three, paying off these debts, which is another desire of my heart. So I guess right now, I mean, if that was their prayer was, I mean, it can all happen because, you know, money can buy and pay for it all. Which is not really like, a lot of people, you know, like with hard work and dedication and effort, you really don't, you know, like it's not something that really needs prayer. I mean, yes, God blesses you with the job, so, but you just have to work, you know. But it's so crazy because after years and years of praying for things that money can't buy, I don't really get those things. And so because I don't get those things, I just want things that money can buy because I know that they can happen, right? Simple, not really hard. Things I wanted that money can't buy: family, love, care, all that stuff. Yeah, don't want that. Those are not, no longer my desires in my heart. Hello. Hi, how are you? But things like, but you know, other desires in my heart is to travel the world. Money can buy that too. All you do is gotta work hard and save up your money and travel. That's pretty plain and simple, plain Jane simple. So I know that I can get everything that I want in life as long as it's something that money can buy. And you know, it's so crazy because I used to be the type of person who had faith in believing that I could get things that money can't buy. But yeah, it's so crazy because I tell my cats all the time, look, like, I'm going to keep my promises, I'm going to keep my promises, I'm going to give you the things in which I say that I'm going to give you, you know. Every day I come home and I bring them a thing of wet cat food because, you know, it's something that I promised them. And it's something that they desire. And I keep my word all the time. I actually, last night I didn't keep my word because I didn't get home until late, so I wasn't gonna stop at Walmart so late. So today I'm gonna go to the store and make sure I get them some cat food, so, well, some wet food, so that they'll be okay. I'm sorry, I like eating cheese. You guys will notice that I'm starting to wear more makeup and doing my face and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna, you know, start getting myself well put together for my, I wanna make some new changes within myself. I got my eyelashes done, got my toes done the other day. Started wearing some, because I was looking at a lot of my videos and I literally have, like, you can see my mustache shadow in all my videos. And so actually in March when I go, I'm gonna bring you guys with me, and I started to get laser hair removal right here, and last week I had a boil, which is my first boil. I've never had a boil before. So after having a boil, it's from ingrown hair, because I used a 2-blade razor, which I have not done in over like 10-12 years. It messed up my skin, and so therefore I'm gonna ask them to laser hair removal my underarms and of course my lower lady part area. So just making a lot of changes in my life, taking care of myself, being healthy, and just, you know, a lot of the things in which I want to start doing in life are very, You know, of course I'm going to still serve God. Of course I'm going to still teach the Bible. Of course I'm still going to do what God wants me to do. But none of the stuff that I want in life is non-materialistic. You know, a lot of people want... A lot of the things that I want in life are materialistic. Now, don't get me wrong, because people will be like, well, Jasmine, weren't you just sick and God blessed you with the ability to not be sick again? Yes, he did. But he did bless me with the ability to not be sick again. But that came from literally going to the doctors, and the doctors performed surgery on me. Which is so crazy, because I'm not ungrateful, and I'm glad that he kept me, because I'm saying that God did keep me. He kept me when I was sick, because I was really, really sick. But the surgery is what is the reason why I'm still living, per se, because the weight loss helped me not have diabetes anymore. And if I gain the weight back, then I could die again. So, you know, I don't know. I started looking at life a little bit more differently, you know, after going through some of the things that I've been going through, which is horrible. I shouldn't look like or think like that. And it's so crazy, because I talked to my cats about, you know, when you don't keep your promises, when you start to lose faith, you know, when people don't keep their promises, or certain things happen in life. You know, I remember when God originally told me to leave college, and I remember when he originally told me to leave college, and he told me, oh, I want to give you a family, I want to give you a son, and I want you to have a marriage, and everything like that. And he showed me on the altar who I would get married to, which honestly, I would never get married to them, because actually they're actually married now, so I don't know what God was telling me. And he showed me a vision on the altar and everything. I saw the faces in the vision and everything. Crazy. So, they're married. So, what was he talking about? And, you know, I don't have children. You know, like, so crazy, because I don't want to be those type of, one of these type of people. Like, literally, this video is going to be called Losing Faith. Because I'm not really losing faith in God. I still believe in God. I still see the things that he does every single day. I'm not saying that I don't have faith in God, but I know that he'll provide food for me if I'm hungry. I know that he'll put food, you know, clothes on my body. I know that, like, I had surgery. I used to believe that, you know, God would fix all those things. You know, the blind man was healed. Well, I prayed one day when I was sick, and I said, God, heal my eyes, and he made my eyes worse that day. And so I went to the doctor, and the doctor gave me cataract surgery. God didn't fix my eyes. I asked God to fix them. The doctor fixed them. That's not saying that, you know, I'm losing faith, because that's not the case. But the doctor is the one who did the surgery. You know, when I had asked God to heal me, I had asked God, you know. I mean, so don't get me wrong, you know, like, I have video recordings of that same day, you know, me praying. And literally that same afternoon, I went to work, and I had to zoom up my camera on to 400. Now, you guys have known me for a long time. I've always been a person who has this crazy type of faith lifestyle, who always talks about all the things and wonderful things that God has done for me. So I'm not even gonna be like, oh, you know, like, I have faith in God. I'm not saying that I don't have faith. There's just certain things that I personally am having a hard time believing God in. You know, and that comes with life experiences, you know, and I believe that I'm in this time and place because, you know, I think a lot of us have issues and problems and struggles in having and believing God in certain areas in our life. And so I believe if I'm not going through this moment right now, how would I be able to talk about it? You know, because some people, they talk about it. Now, I believe in God. And there are tons of areas in my life where I believe in God. But there's specific areas in my life I just don't have faith in. I don't. Do I believe that I could have a healthy relationship? No. Do I believe that I could have a family and children? No. Without being a single parent? No. But are there things that I believe that God can do for me? Can God give me the money to bless me with the, you know, the work and the jobs and, you know, the money to be able to get my body done? Yes. Can God make sure that my debt is gone? Yes. You know, I'll get the jobs, I'll work hard, and he'll bless me. I mean, I've seen God give me $20,000 before, you know, in a matter of 5 months. So those things are easy. But the things that have to do with human beings in life form, you know, and life forms and human beings, you can't control other people's emotions or people's feelings or how they act or how they're going to act and the turnout of that, you know. And so there's just certain things that I have a struggle in, you know, and there's all different areas that people like. Some people, when it comes to like materialistic things, are probably like, well, God can't bless me with that. For me, I'm just like, hey, like, God blessed me with a car. God's blessed me with apartments. God's blessed me with money to travel. Like, I'm going to Vegas. You know, someone gave me a free ticket to Vegas for my birthday. And then I had flyer points to be able to get like hotel rewards. And so I got a free 2-night stay in Vegas for my birthday. You know, and I'm going to Disney on Tuesday, and the other day I basically saved $200 on my breaks. You know, I was gonna pay almost $400. I paid $157 on my breaks. Do I believe that God can do things like that, you know, where he blesses me? You're welcome. With situations where I may save money or, you know, you know, get free food or you know, get a new car or you know, just get me from A to B in a destination and stuff like that. Yeah, I believe, you know, like get me in college and, you know, make sure that I succeed in life and stuff like that, in the areas in which it is that are according to his will. Yeah, that's fine. But when it comes to, for me, a big disbelief in my life is that he has the ability to allow me to have the love and care that I want in my life. And I only say this because we're human beings and you can't make anybody love you. You can't force anybody to stay. You can't force anybody to be there. You can't force anybody to care. And this is coming from someone who's going through a divorce, who married the person who she's been in love with since she was 15 years old. Okay? And I thought, oh, because I'm marrying the love of my life, that, you know, this gives me a good advantage, you know, but it doesn't. Because at the end of the day, like, and I'm not saying this just, you know, oh, you know, you're like probably like, oh, you're probably losing faith because of the situation that happened to you in your life. But it's more than one occasion. I grew up with my grandmother. You guys knew I grew up with my grandma. So I didn't have both my parents. If I can't make my parents stay, if I can't have them in my life, you know? And then, you know, of course, this is coming from a person who's been in some type of lifestyle of prostitution at a young age and being promiscuous, you know. I've never, you know, the majority of the men that I meet in life want my body. And still, after being single now, majority of the men that I meet, when, you know, I'm talking to them, trying to get to know them, most of them want to sleep with me. So it's the same concept, you know. Love is a huge big deal, and I feel like God can offer me love, but he cannot make a human being love me. He cannot make a human being care. That's all free will, you know. And it just goes for the same for him. Like, he can't make a human being love him. He can't make a human being stay. It's all free will. And so in that is where I have a struggle and have an issue when it comes to having faith in God, because there's certain things where he can promise me them, but how can I believe that you can do such a thing when the things you're promising me is a healthy family, but you can't even make people stay for you. You know, like, it's a choice, it's a free will. Or you can't force people to love you. He doesn't force people to love him. They love him on their own. I can't force people. I can't change people's choices, you know? And so in that, it's a free will. And so that's where I have an issue and struggle in believing in God, because there's a certain thing where human beings have free will and they have a choice of what they want to do and how they want to do it, you know? But the thing is if you bless me with a car, you know, money can get me that. I can go out there and get the money. If you bless me with a job, I can go out there, get the money, and pay for the things and what it is that I need. You know, or if, you know, I'm going down the street and, like today, I'm at my job and this is a blessing from God. Someone came up to my office and they gave me a big thing of English muffins and a thing of Danishes, and I'm gonna give these to my grandma because she loves them, and this to my brother because he likes stuff like that for breakfast, you know. And my grandmother doesn't have a job right now. Those are blessings, because my grandmother doesn't have a job right now, and she doesn't have to go out and buy a $5 thing of pastries for my brother for breakfast in the morning, and for her own meals she doesn't have to buy English muffins. Those are blessings. Those are something, you know, in which, you know, are blessings in which God blessed. Even though those are things that money can buy, I was still blessed with them. But at the end of the day, I can still go out and make some type of money and go purchase them. But I'm thankful for them because God blessed me with them, and I don't have to spend the money for them, you know. But, you know, I feel like there's certain, for me, in my life, I just feel like there's certain things that and maybe it's a lack of faith within myself, but there's just certain things, like, when I try to look at God, like I look at scriptures that say, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. That's John 3:16, right? It says, but whosoever believeth in him should not perish. Well, that means you would have to want the relationship. For whosoever, that means you have to want the relationship. You'd have to want to be there. You'd have to want to continue to build and grow and have faith and make some type of effort in building a relationship with God. And maybe, you know, it's just in my head, but honestly, I don't believe that anyone is capable of staying with me to love me long enough to actually, for God to give me a child and actually still be in my child's life without me being a single mom. I don't think that it's possible. I believe, you know, in my family, you know, because you gotta think about it. The one thing that I was trying to do in my life was to break generational curses, divorce, and without being a single parent. I'm going through a divorce right now, so that generational curse is still in my family, period. And if I would have had a child with Deshaun, I would have been a single mom. But I decided to put birth control on my body because you're welcome. Because I didn't want to hurt an innocent child. Because I didn't want to hurt an innocent child, you know, and I just felt like, you know, hurting children is something that I don't want to do. And a lot of women, they don't make those choices for themselves, but that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But yeah, so, you know, for me, I'm not losing faith, but there's certain things that I just don't have faith in, you know. And it's so crazy because the Bible, God was talking to me this morning about how all things are possible, you know, for them who believe, you know. And I just don't feel that someone loving someone is something that God can make possible, because he can't even, if I don't want to love God, I don't have to love God. I choose to love God. It's a choice. okay? It's a choice. So if I want to walk away from God at any point, like a prodigal, I can walk away from God at any point. It's a choice, okay? So for God to tell me this and this is going to happen, well, God, you can't control someone. And I don't physically think that there's anyone in life that will possibly stay in my life long enough to love me for a long period of time, because the majority of the people who have ever cared, or men who've ever cared about me, it's been sexual. It hasn't been real care. It's been based upon some type of sexual lust or sexual something, desire. And so that's where I'm kind of like, honey, well, you know, like, I just have a hard time, with that belief, but, if you guys want to leave some comments, and it's a blessing, and he's going to continue doing the things he wants, he does for me. Like the other day I went to the store and I needed to find an outfit for my trip to Disney, and oh my gosh, the outfit that I got was right on time. It was perfect. It was like, and I got it at Ross's, so that, when you're looking at Ross's, it's a hit and miss because they have different outfits everywhere, but I was there at the right time and they had all the right things for me for my trip. So he blessed me with it, knowing that I needed that stuff at that time, and just like when I came back from the islands, he blessed me with this job. It was right on time. I was running out of money and I needed a job. It was right on time. So, God is, I still believe in God, but there's just some things that I just have a hard time having faith in. And I think that's a lot of us in life. All right, you guys, God bless.